I have some hot tea right here because it's hard a little bit to talk so much more. Yesterday I had one more webinar. So the thing is, will you be talking about introduction fee to get your game catalog? Yeah, we'll be talking about our business also, but today there will be some common things about the whole VR. And yeah, if you're interested in our company, you can ask questions and I will talk about that, of course. But I don't want to make this webinar only like a sales thing, so that to tell you about our company. So I will use the examples from our history because we have a lot of experience in that. But I don't want to tell you only about our product. So we will be talking about how to start this business. So I want to make this webinar useful for you. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to start from the point that this webinar is the first one in the series of webinars that I wanted to make because as I mentioned, I want to make some useful information for you. So that's why don't forget to subscribe on the channel which you are on right now, in Other World VR on YouTube. We will make a lot of useful videos I hope in the future for it. And right now, maybe in like every 2 weeks there will be 3, maybe 4, maybe more webinars if there will be a lot of questions from your side, and we will see that there are a lot of themes that we can cover. And those webinars will be about different fields of of this business. So as I mentioned, today the first webinar we will talk about how to make money on the future, and we will talk about virtual reality parks, franchises, and all that kind of stuff. The next webinar I want to make about the marketing, and we will talk in details about a lot of like marketing channels. We will try to count even how to make the advertising. We will talk about how to make the advertising even without any budget, how to use different instruments to do that, how to run your social medias and all that kind of stuff. The next webinar maybe will, I don't know, we will bring one of our partners to the webinar and he will tell you like his story and maybe share some numbers, I don't know. So we'll see. I have a few ideas to make those webinars useful for you and help you start this business, run this business, and so on. So, okay, my name is Petrenko Vasily. I'm the CEO of Another World company, and you can see that there are like little line at the bottom, the Deep VR. So basically, this is I can say that it is the same company. We are making rebranding right now. So because we got a new investor, we are growing. So that's actually good news. And everything that you might find in the internet under the brand the Deep VR, this is us. We're still there. Those are our partners and so on. But right now we just want to want to grow faster and so on, making a lot of new content and all this stuff. So yeah, basically like Another World company, the DPR, this is the same thing. So just for you to be on the same page with you. So 8th of September, this is today, but actually, by the way, at my place it's actually 9th of September, and I think for the guys from Australia it's also 9th of September, but from our potential partners, for our participants from US, it's still 8th. Okay, so yeah, this is our company, Another World, and the thing is that our mission, how we wanted to call it, wanted to say that we want to make future available for everyone. So we want to make content which something on a new level, something new experience, and this is just a little explanation from the very beginning. So we are not making games that you could play at home. So there are some simple games that you can, if you're buying the headset, virtual reality headset, and for your own use, and you could sit on the couch at home and play some games. I don't know, the most popular like Arizona Sunshine, Beat Saber, and some others. So the thing is that those games you could play by yourself. But what we are making the 3-room games, which are called. It means that there should be a special location prepared for it, so it's a bigger space, and there are up to 10 people, so they are wearing headsets, and they're all exploring the whole area. And they can interact with other players, so they can touch each other. They are in the same game, they are running, they're competing to each other or playing all together. So this is some kind of experience that you cannot get at home because of a few things. The first one, the location, as I mentioned, there should be a special space. The second one, like if you want 10 players, you should have like 10 headsets. Even if you have the headset, there's a little possibility that 10 of your friends have the virtual reality headsets. So in this case, as I mentioned, we are trying to make some kind of a new experience. And even though still, I heard some statistics that's only nowadays it's only 2% of people all around the world tried VR or heard about it, so they know a little bit something about virtual reality. But in most of the cases, it's not like that. So most of the people don't know what is this totally and what's that about. And in this case, we want to show them the new technology, new experience, and all this thing. But just a little notice that we will talk also about those simple games. That's not a bad experience or something, no, but I will tell you how to use it and make money from it also. Okay, so who we are and why am I talking to you today and sharing some experience. So we are on this market. So this company, virtual reality company, we started in 2018, so it's like 3 years, more than 3 years, a little bit. And by this time we have already more than 60 locations. I think it should be even more, because in last 2 weeks I had so many calls and we signed so many contracts, so I think the number should be higher right now in 17 countries. So you could see in US, Europe, in Russia, India, in Australia also, so worldwide except South America and Africa. Maybe we'll need to find some more partners from there, but we'll see. So we are growing fast right now. We are getting a lot of calls. Of course, due to the pandemic, a lot of the locations were temporarily closed, and we are waiting for them to be open. And right now, not all of them are still open. They are, in the process of. Some, we have new partners who are building their space right now, or buying the equipment, or on some stages, but approximately like that. So we are growing. We have already a lot of open locations, so we have experience from those. But also to mention, I own another company, which is the escape room supplier, common escape, classical escape rooms. I don't know if you've heard of those. When you're entering the room, which is decorated especially for the theme, solving some puzzles. So in some case, this is kind of pretty close business to what we're talking about virtual reality, because it's the entertainment where you have a special locations where the group of people, like friends, family, or somebody, they are coming especially for this experience and spending time there, having fun. So basically, from this point, it's a really close business, and we have experience in this business for more than 7 years, starting from 2014. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, how to marketing these things, how to open those arenas, and so on. Because in the escape rooms, we did more than 400 projects already, so a lot. So this is us, and this is what we are talking about. So yeah, even though a lot of our locations were closed in the past year due to pandemic, but we have more than 80,000 clients visit our location, so we have really good reviews. So everything is fine. Okay, let's get to the points of the presentation actually. And the first point I wanted to start talking about is when you want to start a new business. So right now it's a little part for those guys who are starting this, who wants to start this business. you are researching market. So you're researching who's your clients. You are researching a lot of things. But oh, I see that a little bit. Some of the words are not in the screen, but so it's just written virtual reality parks in there. So I want to ask you a question, like, who do you think our competitors in this business? So basically, also you need to research market and see what are the other companies, who am I competing, and like you are going to open, who will you be checking around and comparing the numbers and so on. So who do you think? What is the profit margin per visitor? We will talk about that also today. That's the question from Philandis Williams. Yeah, we will talk about that, but first I want you answer my question. Who do you think our competitors are around? So I will give you a few seconds to maybe answer this question, and I will continue. Oh, it's really hot. So don't be shy. There is a lot of right answers on this question. But okay, so I see that we have a lot of participants, but nobody's answering the question. You only want to ask once, but no worries. So let me start from the other point. Of course, you might say that other VR arcades, other virtual reality parks are our competitors. That might be true, but at some points. From the other side, other virtual reality parks might be our friends, but not competitors. Just imagine if you're opening a park in the city and it's a first park, or it could be a second park in the city. And as I mentioned, virtual reality is not something common for people. So it's something really new, it's a new experience, and people are searching for some new level, something really new. And from this point, if there is a good, little notice, good virtual reality park, the other one, and people went there, they tried it, and they had a good experience and they liked it. The thing is that they will find out about your virtual reality park, your VR arcade, and they will want to visit. If you don't have the exactly the same content, so if you have different experiences, they might want to try yours also. And that's a really good point. So from this point of view, we see that other virtual reality parks could be our friends. I should say some things right here. So first of all, you need to have the same marketing powers and sources as the other companies are doing, because if they will be having a lot of marketing and you won't have any advertising, the people even who liked the virtual reality, they won't find yours. So you should be at least at the same level, or yours should be higher. The other thing is that this virtual reality park should be on a really good level, and if it's a bad experience, if it's a really simple VR arcade or something and people won't like it, that might cause you a problem. So because they will find out about your virtual reality and they're like, I don't like virtual reality, I won't go there. So in this case, it will be even harder for you to advertise your place, because you will need to tell them not only about that you have a new experience, but you should say that this is something completely other, something new from other companies. So you're mentioning that racing simulators, escape rooms, laser tags, other entertainment centers, and that might be true. So you're going the right way. So some other entertainment stuff that are taking the people mind from our virtual reality. That's true. But I want to take it wider and tell you that if we are talking, so forget about virtual reality, forget about entertainment. If we are starting business and looking at this business from the numbers, from the profit revenue that we might get, we might consider that our competitors are the coffee shops, barber shops, like everything that takes places, the locations around. That might sound crazy, but it's true. The thing is that when you're considering opening a new business, you need to understand like how much. So you want to take this place, you will open something in there, and how much money you will earn from there. And basically, you can think about that in a way of how much money you earn per square meter, per square foot. So and that's the key point. You need to understand how much dollars. How many dollars you will get from each square feet of your location. So that's a harder a little bit situation, but in the so why am I telling you this is that of course we're all thinking about the games, about how to make our client happy. That's the key point. But also we are starting business and we are trying to help our partners and make them thinking about this in a business way. So that always count numbers, always try to catch the right, try to make decision in terms of like make them. So if you're thinking to open this or that, if you want to add this game or that game, so think about how much money it will bring you back, so that this will make your decision right, because you're opening the business. We have the axe rolling places charging $50. I've been once to the axe rolling thing. It was pretty fun. So okay, so from this point, I want to talk about different business models, different options that you might want to open the place. So the first one is the VR arena. So I will talk about our product right now. So that as an example. So this is the free roam arena where up to 10, 12 people can have fun. So basically it's written from 8 number of players, but it could be from 2 to 12 players at the same time. So they are coming, playing this game, and basically as a business model of the escape room, of the laser tag, of any other business. So you can run it this way. So like one experience at the place. So from this type of park, you need approximately like 1,000 square feet, maybe a little bit more, because you can see on the picture that there is a gaming zone, like a play area, then also there is a reception, and also we draw some resting area or party room, so you can call it. So it shouldn't be exactly a room, maybe, so it could be place area on the reception, but still it's better to put at least 2 sofas with the TV, PlayStation, so that for example, next team which came after the previous one could sit and waiting for their game, or you can give them some instructions about the equipment, about the game, and show them, I don't know, some videos on the monitors, some educational videos about the games, or something like that. So still you need to have some additional space for those new companies. And moreover, I will talk about that later a little bit more, but imagine that if you have such a place, you can run birthday parties, corporate events. So there could be like 20 people coming into your place, and half of them are playing the game, half of them are sitting, drinking something, eating cake if it's a birthday party, and having fun. So and then they are changing and spending like a few hours. They could rent your place for a few hours, book a few slots, which is a really good thing for you, and having fun this way. And you need to be prepared for that. So if you make only a little reception and the gaming zone, you are cutting a lot of possibilities of your business. Just believe me, separating a little party area doesn't matter. So we'll bring you a lot of customers, a lot of potential more revenue. So yeah, talking about the money exactly, the investments to start these kind of things may start from $40,000. Why am I saying from? Because it's really hard to tell you one number, because you are from different countries, you are from different cities, and everybody has different possibilities. I mean, some of our partners, they already, I don't know, own a construction company or something like that. So they have teams, or they have other businesses, and they already have some connections, so they can make it cheaper. I mean, the building and construction, the whole thing, or some are making it, you know how they call it, pops, moms and pops place. And in this case, people are sometimes doing not all of this thing, but on their own, because it's really hard to make it all by your own. And so it takes less money but more time. Some don't worry about that, just paying money to the contractors, and they're doing all the stuff through the design project and all that kind of thing. So it may vary, but approximately for this type of thing, it is starting from this point. And the revenue that you could get is approximately from $15,000 a month from this arena. The thing is that if we talk about rentability or profitability, how do you call it the right way from the economics terms? So basically the ratio between your profit and your revenue. So how much, the percentage of your profit from your revenue. If we're talking about this kind of a business model, I could tell you that it could be an average like maybe 20%. Even though I gave you some idea on how to put more people in there and try to book more time in slots, but still it's only one company playing it at one time, and that's kind of, to make this business better, the only thing that you could do is just put as many bookings as you can from the early morning to the late night. That's it. So this is the first thing. The second thing is a little bit the same thing, but if we are talking about if you have already opened the VR park, or some family entertainment center, or I don't know, those axe throwing places or laser tag, and you have additional space. So I drew on a purpose the same picture, but on a smaller way. So, and you can put this arena as an attraction at your place. And in this case, it is just additional thing to the existing business. And it could be less, so you can run for less people there, as I mentioned, from 2 to 4, for example. And in this case, the required space could be like from 500 square feet. So sometimes escape rooms are doing, because we have a lot of, as I mentioned, we have another company and we have a lot of escape room owners, and they have additional, I don't know, not a room, but some space. And for some of them, we are building a few escape rooms plus VR. Why not? Like something new for their clients to try. And in this case, it's something less, and you need less investments because you already have the reception area, you have a potential party room or something, so you don't need to invest in this thing. So you just need a VR place, the VR arena to build. The good thing, by the way, the good thing about the VR is that you don't need a lot of, so it's an empty space, right? So you don't need like building a restaurant with a lot of furniture or something, or like escape room with the walls and a lot of decorations. But by the way, the investments to the escape room is approximately the same as to building the arena. So, but the thing is that you still need to buy the equipment, and you need to make your place. Like you need to prepare the floor, walls, ceiling, make it still beautiful and attractive for people. make it, I don't know, put some neon lights for to make it futuristic or something like that. So a lot of things to be done still, but if you're using it as an attraction to the existing place, of course the investments are less and the revenue, but also the revenue I put less because I just counted here as a smaller space, so there are less players, less tickets, so the revenue is like 2 times less. But if we talk about the, again, profitability of this place, so the percentage of the profit from the whole revenue, we could say that it is higher than on the arena. Why? Because you already have the reception area, so you have some other experiences at this place which are taking some of the expenses on their taking some of the expenses. So basically, like reception area, your employees, because one employee could, you know, could be looking for like 2 types of experience. I don't know, escape room, VR. So if the company came for the VR, he put them in there, or to the escape room, or to the axe throwing places. So it really depends. Maybe for axe throwing, you need 3 people to control, 3 employees to control people there, because they might go crazy with that thing. But still, so the profitability of this business model is higher. So it's hard to count the exact number here. We will talk about that on the next slide. But from one of our spaces, like I just put in here that 3 people are playing the arena. And the other option is to build the whole like VR park, but actually it could be not even a VR park. Let's talk about it in a wider way. It could be a entertainment center, as we discussed. So but okay, yeah, let's talk about virtual reality park. So if you put like 2 free roam arenas in there, and remember we were talking about those simple games in virtual reality headsets, that's a really good thing to put them in this kind of a place. So you can see on the picture in the bottom left corner, it's something like that. So to put their attractions like from those VR arcades, like, I don't know, motorbike in the VR, or just single VR that you could play at home, right? But the thing is here is that still not everybody is having those VR headsets at home. But the other thing is that while you have a company who's waiting for the next game, for the next free roam game, they could try those 5-10 minutes experiences on the single VR. Still, so again, if there is a big group of people that came to your place, they can try the free roam, this standalone VR, single player, multiplayer, it doesn't matter. So, and from this point, you're making the flow of your customers inside your place, and they're paying you, so you're increasing your average check, you're making multiple average checks from the same client, and they are, as I mentioned, like flowing at your place exactly. So you are giving them multiple experience, and that's what the park is about. And as we talk, the profitability of this place is way much higher, because you have your expenses are maybe not staying at the same level. So of course you will need a little bit more employees, but still, like, it's not, if you open 2 arenas, for example, you don't need twice your employees, like twice more. There will be like so your expenses will raise a little bit, but your potential revenue, the thing is that it will raise even not 2 times, even higher, because of this flow circle of your clients. But of course, to build such a place, you need more investments, you need a bigger space, you need to do a lot of stuff, and the investments here start from $100,000. Basically, I could tell you that $100,000, it's a little VR park. I cannot even call it park. So it's kind of a place with 2 free arenas or some standalones. But it could be more. So here, as I mentioned, like, it's 3,000 square feet, but it could be 2 times more, even 10 times more, so you can put it like 2 floors or something. But the thing is, again, the number of players, number of clients at the same time could be 30, could be even more if we're talking about different options. So it depends. But we need to remember that this is a story about bigger investments. But of course, you can earn way much more from it. So here, just as an example, I put like revenue 2 times higher than from the arena, because let's imagine it's 2 arenas. But again, if we talk about the profitability, we have some partners who are opened with this model, and their percentage is showing that it could be from 40% profitability. So in this case, your revenue is twice or even more higher, but also your profit is way much higher from this point. So I hope you understand. So just remember those numbers. 40% is real, and we got those numbers from our partners, and it was actually low season, if I'm not mistaken. Because so, for example, in our place, summer is a low season because it's not touristic place of our partner, and during the summer everybody's going on a vacation, kids are out of school, so they are going somewhere and on a sea, or so everybody's out of town. So summer is a dead season. Nobody's we have a really short summer. Nobody wants to go for indoor activities during that time, so everybody's outside. So, and we could get a good results from this business model even in such a hard times, I'll call it. So yeah, just as an example picture of how it might look like. As I mentioned, those simple VR attractions, experiences, additionally motorbike in VR or some other things could be added. So yeah, before the next slide, I have a few questions here. Let's start for a few seconds. So currently I have started a VR arcade back in May. One thing we're lacking is called parade expenses and introduction fees at low cost. So you want more. So where's the question here? I don't see any question. Thomas, I'm sorry. So you think there is a lack of. It depends on what kind of a VR arcade you open. So with those simple VRs, or with the free roam, or I know a lot of companies and know about different games who can provide you a lot of additional titles. But the thing is here is, if we're talking about free roam, this type of experience, as I mentioned, this is something wow and something great. And from what we see and from this kind of a thing, don't worry about that. Just find high quality providers which will give you best content on the market. And the other one is, it was my understanding with Another World that one game goes on at a time, so it isn't possible to have different games going on. Yes, if we're talking the same, again, if we're talking about free roam, everybody's on one arena playing the same game. So that's the key point, that you are entering the game with all your friends all together. So you're in one game, but that's actually, I don't know, if you want to play different games, that's this simple single player thing. But what we are doing is that we are integrating all the headsets together, and people are inside one game searching something. There are some scenario tweet blasts and a lot of stuff. So they're solving some puzzles or killing zombies or aliens, searching for something. So there is a scenario in the game, or that's one type of the games where it's like PvE, players versus environment. But there is another type of games, players versus players, PvP, which is when the players are competing to each other and playing against each other. So on the same area. So basically you can compare it to laser tag, when the people are running and shooting each other, but in virtual reality, which is pretty fun and crazy, and people love it. That's just and we did these games on purpose because and we concentrated on those games a little bit at one time because those are competitive games, and for example, there's always a winner and a loser, and so the friends, they want to compete again, and they will come back in a week or 2 weeks, and with these games, so it's the same model as like Counter-Strike, Fortnite. But again, it's not everyday experience, but we are bringing our customers back from with these instruments. Okay, let's go further. I will answer the other questions a little bit later. So the next slide is the expenses. So we talked a little bit about the initial investments. We talked about from the percentage option, you can count it. But I wanted to talk, so again, we're talking about business, and it always comes to the point that we need to pay money, everybody, for something to run the business. And what are the expenses for this type of business? It is the rent, employees, marketing, taxes, commissions, some office expenses, phone, internet, insurance, utilities, maybe some more. There could be a little bit bigger list of those things, but the main thing here is that basically main two expenses are only 3 of those. It is the rent, employees, and marketing. And those are just the bigger things you need to remember. And I want to show you the ideas of how can you turn those not turn those expenses onto your side, but use some instruments to make run your business correct and get as much profit as you can from it. So the first one, how can we solve the rent thing? The first one is that we need to find the right space. So every time I get a question from our potential partners or new partners or anybody, is that where should I take a space, what to rent? So first of all, and everybody is asking, what about the malls? Like, should I open this type of experience in the mall? The thing is that from our experience, from our point of view, it's not necessary because of 2 points. So the first one is that the malls are crazy about the rent. So they are charging too much. They are charging the percentage from the business. Their rate of the rent is crazy. And in this case, you need to understand that the flow of the clients in the mall, of those people who came they came for shopping, but and you are trying to catch them for your experience, and you need to understand that this flow of the customers should cover your additional rent that you are paying for this place. And if it's working this way, then yes. But in most cases it doesn't, because of first of all, again, if we're talking about the arena, free roam arena, this experience is half an hour experience. But also, it's not only 30 minutes. You need to put on the equipment. You need to get some instructions. You need to pay for it. You need to wait. You need to take a photo after you did the game, and so on. So from this point, it is 45 minutes experience. And not all of the people who came for shopping are ready to spend 45 minutes on it. I know that at some places, especially in touristic places, people are going, especially maybe in US, this is what I saw. People are going for the malls, to the malls for the entertainment purpose also. And in this case, we need to look at each case separately, right? But there's one story that we have one partner. He's not in the US, and he opened in the mall, but he had the agreement with the mall that for the half of the year they will be on the first floor of the mall. The thing is that it's like door opens and their location exactly. So the best place, the best location in the mall was where they were located. But they had an agreement that after half of the year they will be moved on the underground level on the parking because the rent will be lower and blah 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 so on. They wanted to get there from the beginning, but the place was busy with something, or there was some constructions. I don't really remember. So they started on the first floor, and then they moved. The thing is that they moved not on the underground level. They moved on the second underground level, which is like there are no natural flow of the customers. No, like people, everybody's parking on the first underground level. Nobody's going on the second one. And so the thing is that they moved there, and we were afraid a little bit that they will lose customers. But we saw that there are no, so pretty the same amount of bookings that was before. Because during that time they did so good about their marketing, about running their social medias and so on. So because this type of experience, people are coming especially for it. It's really rare that people are going like around and they're like, oh, let's go there. Only except if you're building VR park with a lot of attractions where you really could spend hours on different things. In this case, maybe then people are going around and like they can put a little kid to play those VR things. In this case, yes. But if we're talking about free roam arena, it's something that people are going there on purpose. It's like we're sitting with my friends in the evening and somebody is telling like, hey, I heard about the completely new level experience, something wow, there's highest reviews on the Facebook or everywhere, and let's go there, let's book it and go there. So they are going especially for your location. And from this point, taking rent in a mall is too expensive. And we found solution that it could be at different places. And I think the best one right now is in the US, you call it strip malls, if I'm not mistaken, when it's a place where there are separate buildings with some shopping centers, with some stores, with some restaurants, and you could fit your place in there. And people who have some time and they're interested about, wow, some virtual reality, they will enter your place. People who came for a restaurant, for shopping, they might, see your brand there and they will Google it after and they will come back for it. So in this case, it works like that. That's the first thing about renting the right space. The second one is a little trick that, for example, we are using. This is especially if we are talking about the attraction option. Remember the small location. I put this picture from our game on purpose. You see like 2 floors, but actually we did this. One of our maps is it's like 2 towers with 3 floors each, and just imagine. So we multiplied our physical space on 6. By 6. What does that mean? Is that you have, for example, 500 square feet and it's physical space and players are there. But we put these 500 square feet in virtual reality, like 1, 2, 3 floors in one tower and 1, 2, 3 floors in the other one. So it's like 6 times more space in virtual reality than in physical world. So basically, it looks like in the physical space, players are on the same. Of course, they're on the same ground level, on the same in the same place, on the same location. But in virtual reality, their avatars could be like on different floors or in different towers. So, and it's pretty fun. So they are searching for each other, shooting, and it looks like what you could see in the picture. So, and from this point of view, we can advertise it like that it's small from the point of space thing, but in virtual reality, it's huge. space where you can play with your friends and having fun. So that's about the rent. So how can we use different instruments to make our this expense of rent better, to make more profit from it. The employees, about the efficiency. So here 2 points I have to tell you. The first one, again, if you have multiple experiences at your place, if we are talking about park, but let's call it not a park exactly, because sometimes when I'm saying park, I can imagine a Disneyland. It's not like that. So by park, I mean it could be a little family entertainment center with 2 arenas and some, as I mentioned, little single player VR attractions, or escape room, or axe throwing places at the same time, or laser tag, I don't know. So and from this point of view, if you game master can run like 1 arena, but at the same time 1 game master can run 2 arenas, except of course if it's a weekend and you have a full like bookings all the time, 1 by 1 is going, of course you will need more employees. Even for 1 arena you might need 2 employees, because 1 is looking for the game, looking at what is going in virtual reality. The second one is meeting guests, telling them the instructions and so on. Then they are changing, so and going this way. But still, okay, 2 game masters can run 2 VR arenas at the same time, full booking with no problem. So you have the same salary for your workers, but you can earn way much more revenue. So that's the first point. And the second point about how to make the efficiency of your employees higher is to make good instructions for them. So this is what we are paying attention a lot. So on this picture you can see, so actually I think this is from the other project, this is from our escape room company, this is the flow of how the project goes. But on this picture you could see that there are a few columns, like each card is the project, and we keep all the documentation in there, and every worker knows on which stage he's entering to the project, and he knows all his instructions and so on. The same for with everything. For the game masters, there is an instruction how to run the game. There should be instruction and script how to meet the guests, how to tell them about the equipment, how to tell them about the games, how to take money, how to offer them a cup of tea or something, because they can sell something additionally like drinks or something. So there should be really detailed instructions for everything, and if you have those, then it will make life of your game master easier, and if it make it easier, they will be working better and will bring you more money. And here I want to tell you one really important thing, is that your game masters, actually, it is your business in some kind of way. Of course content matters, of course the decorations and everything, but the game master is the one who is at your location at the same time with your customers, and he is responsible for everything. He is running the game for them. So if something happened, I don't know, if the headset is glitching, or somebody just turned it off accidentally, or something happened, and one of the players did have a bad experience, the only guy who can raise their mood is the game master. How he will meet the guests, how the game goes, how their emotions after the game, talk to them, make a photo, all that thing he's responsible for the repeated sales. Not only the drinks that I mentioned, but also you should have the detailed instruction, because game masters is also a salesman. After the game, if people like your experience, and they should, he could sell them additional, like, hey, do you want to try another map or experience for this exact team? And he could get some, I don't know, additional money for it to the salary or something like that. But he's your salesman. somebody's at the location, he's running your business at this point, and he's responsible for money, for everything. That's why it's really important to make their work very efficient and help them with all the how to make it efficient, basically with all the instructions. And the last one is about the marketing. And okay, let me look at the questions really quickly. So, have you thought of adding training games for hunters or search and rescue teams? Yes, we even thought about the new ways of how to make our business a little bit in the other way, like educational, like training things for not only what you mentioned, but for any who's like, I don't know, for pilots, for policemen, for firemen, for there are different options. But right now we decided to stop to concentrate on this type of entertainment thing, because we just, it's always about time. If you ask me, I have tons of ideas, hundreds of ideas how to improve our games, about the new games and everything, but we have limited workforce, we have a limited time, and it's like in business, it's always all about priority. Remember, we talked at the very beginning, is that what will make our clients, our current partners happier, what will bring them more money, our partners, I mean operators who are running their locations. And from this point, we are deciding which new game to choose. So we are talking with our partners, do you need a new PvP game, or maybe second part of zombies, because people really like the first part and it's really immersive and so on, or you need a simpler game for kids or something like that. So it is always about, you see, I mentioned a lot of different things even in this entertainment thing, how to improve this one. Maybe in the future, then we will grow and expand, and we'll have thousands of locations around the world. That will be because I really like the idea of educational business, even for kids, and to show them some educational content about whatever, about the human body, space, nature, everything. It could be also in VR, and it could be interesting, but it just takes time. It's completely other part of the business. Maybe we will invest in that a little bit later, not right now. Right now, we want to concentrate and make our current locations more profitable and top leader of the industry. I called this virtual reality place, and they were closed on Monday and Tuesday. I would guess that during the week there would be a light amount of customers. That's a really good point. Let's talk about that on this slide. So, before you start your business, what is the main question you should ask yourself? Is where will I get the clients? So I think that's the key point. To open the business, to find the content, just call us. We'll send you the software. To find a place. By the way, about the place, I didn't mention. The last thing is that to make your rent efficient, find different places. Like you need to get different offers from different places and then pick the right one. And it's still not the hardest part. To build everything, you have a design project, you have a plan, what to do, how to do, so just follow the instructions. But while am I talking about that, I will ask you again, so I hope this time you can answer, somebody will answer this question. Who do you think is the target audience for this type of business? So is it school kids or teenagers or adults or anybody? So who do you think is the target audience? Let's talk about that, because this is something that will help you answer the question on how to find your client, where to get them. Those also we could talk about that on the marketing webinar or some additional webinar. There are a lot of instruments about you write the portrait of your target audience, like everything in there: age, what is the profession, what is the work, what is he doing during the day, during the night, in the evening, and where to get those. So you're filling all those gaps, and when you totally know your client, you increase your possibility that you will make the right advertising to get your client to your place. Okay, so school and young adults, the first opinion. The second one, I would think families would be number one. Okay, so something like that. The answer is the escape rooms, and then we started the virtual reality. We were thinking that our main target audience will be the school kids, the teenagers, and we were thinking that we need to do something like that. Maybe pay attention to the kid games, and then we found out that more and more customers we have is like 25, 35 ages old. So basically, it's not the teenagers; it's young adults, but also who has some money already to spend on the entertainment and to have fun. They have some free time in the evening, and we got a lot of the audience from there. Office parties in this government town, a sales team, brokers too, single mayor professionals. And the thing is that what you're writing right now in the chat, I think is the right answer, because I put something like that. So as I mentioned, 25-35 is our target audience. Yes. School kids and teenagers. Yes. Corporate events, birthday parties, families, gift certificates you can consider as an additional target audience, and everything that you mentioned. So it could be more and more and more. But why am I talking about this right here? Is just because something specific that he thinks is made especially for him. So, and from this point, you need like different commercial offers, different advertising, different targeting, different everything for those different target audiences. Because for the school kids and teenagers, you need to advertise them kids games. You need to show them on the photos in the Instagram or something kids, or at least kids of families. For families, for parents to decide to go there, you need to show them that, hey, on the video or on the photo that there are parents with their kids on their friends, and they are killing zombies all together or competing against each other. So something like that. So for each category, you need a special offer, because birthday parties, for example, it's always a problem, you know. I know by myself, like you see a lot of things around, but when it came to how to spend your birthday, you're like, oh, what should I do? Doing the solution for those guys. You need to, like, hey, you don't know where to have the party for your birthday, just book our place for like 2 hours. You will have a birthday discount, and you will have multiple experience, and this is the completely new thing for 10-20 people, and hey, just come for your and it is a solution for me at this moment. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I really need. I will go there and book. For the corporate events, the same thing. You need a special like thing for those guys, like mentioning like team building or something for big groups of people and like that. So yeah, it's a hard work, but this is something that make your marketing efficient if you make different offers for different target audiences. Also, we work with schools, and when you are coming to school, you need a few commercial offers for it, because you can put some flyers or banners for for kids, like with some pictures and with the description of the game, and for them it will be enough. But you need a special like paper or something for parents to show them like, hey, your kids will be playing this game and it's really fun, and they will be in one team, and they will meet new friends. You will need a special offer for their teacher, because again, teachers like, hey, you don't know where to get your kids and so on for the entertaining. We have a new cool experience. Let's go there. You will sit and rest. We will take care of the whole class. You don't have to worry about that. You can make a special offer for the head of the school, so that they can bring those offers for all of the teachers and all of the classes. And if one school is a 10, 20, I don't know, classes, and each class is like 20, 30 students, it's like 600 people. So working with one school, if you're doing everything right and everything goes well, you can get 600 clients like that. But the thing is that you need different commercial offers for each category, even to bring like one big client school. So, and this is really important, and this is how the marketing from this works. And you were asking about Tuesday, Monday days, which are going like the place is closed, and that's true. Of course, this is the type of experience that people are going on. This is the entertainment people when they have the free time. So it's the weekends, it is the evenings of the weekdays. So, and basically, if you run very common, like if you have a good social media, if you have good reviews on TripAdvisor, on Facebook, Google, if your Facebook group is doing well, you have a good Instagram, you're giving good, you have a good campaigns on a Google AdWords, Facebook targeting. So you run standard good marketing with social medias in Google, and the best you could do is like filling 100% of your weekends, 100% of your evenings of weekdays. And the thing is, if you get to this point, we have some locations who get to this point. Even if you invest more in the marketing, the thing that you get is that you will have a call, and the client will ask, hello, can I book for Saturday 3 p.m.? The answer is no, because you already have the booking for the Saturday 3 p.m. You already have the full Saturday booked. And there is a point where there is no need to invest more in the marketing in these standard instruments, because you already have the full bookings of those popular timings. That's a really good point, which we're talking about. That's what we need to get there. And it is possible. It is hard work, but still, why not? And from this point, you need to use other instruments. For example, something that we mentioned right now, like corporate event, birthday parties. If you make a special offers for them, and this special offer could be, hey, if you come to our place, like, I don't know, Wednesday morning is a special day for corporate events. If you book our place for 2 hours, there will be a special discount of 20-30%. Doesn't matter for you. Find the right offer, because you can make discounts here, because of course Wednesday morning is not a popular time, and everybody is at work, kids are at school, so of course it's a bad timing for entertainment. That's why a lot of places like that, they're closed on Monday, to have some rest, to clean their space, to do something. But of course, they're all working on Saturday, Sunday, because that's the popular time. But even weekday mornings could be taken by those additional instruments that you are doing. And the main thing that we will talk about maybe next webinar about marketing is that still, in business, you need to do everything with numbers. So you need to understand that you invested this amount of money in this channel, you provided this offer, you get this amount of potential clients, like clicks on the post on the Instagram or something. From these posts, you got these many calls, and these many companies played your game. So you need to count this like very carefully, and then decide on which channel to choose. Because yeah, we have a story with one of our partner in city. For the first few months, he decided to invest a tons of money in the marketing. He invested more than in the building of the space. I mean, in 1 month. So it's not totally like in 1 month. And he invested like in everything, like putting the banners in the subway, online, offline, like everywhere. He wanted to be everywhere, and it was a little bit too much. So he spent too much money on it. But the thing is that I like his way of understanding that the marketing is a very important thing, because if you don't do marketing, you won't get your clients. So this is the only way to get your customers, is just to show them that you're existing, to advertise you. Then he decided and picked the right channels, and invested more money in those channels. So he used a lower budget on the marketing. But after that, the thing is that he started from one arena, then he expanded this arena to like virtual reality park, little virtual reality park. But after that, he opened the second arena in his city, and that's why he's more experiences in a lot of stuff. And he's doing really good. So don't forget about marketing. We will talk about that more in the future. Yeah, this is almost the end of the webinar right now. Is that I hope that you liked today's webinar. It was useful for you. But on the next one, we will talk exactly on the marketing and the things that I mentioned. Maybe some things I already started to talk about today, but we will talk about more about different channels of marketing, how to market how to count your efficiency of your advertising, how to whatever, like how to advertise without any budget, something like that. So we will talk about that, I think, in 2 weeks, somewhere in 22nd of September. That would be good. At the same time, I will be waiting for you here. We will send you all the links with the invitations. And yeah, a special offer for guys who are watching this webinar. By the way, there were a little bit more people registered on this webinar, but maybe not everybody could come, because for Europe right now it's late night or early morning. So in this case, webinar, we have like special offer. We talked a lot about different numbers, about the possible revenue, possible expenses, profitability, and so on. But we have some template of the financial model, and if you're interested, for all of the participants of the webinar, we will send you the file, but also we could make a personal meeting with me, for example, and we will fill this business model with you, try to fill the gaps. We'll be talking about, so it's a good way of talking about business from the numbers point of view, because we will be talking about like capital. While we are talking about numbers, I can answer a lot of the questions about the business itself. So so if you're interested, just let us know. Answer on the email that you got with the link, or if you have the manager already contacted you, just send him a request. And maybe not this week or next week, somewhere we will schedule a meeting, and we can in person discuss all the questions that you might have, and discuss the financial things. So yeah, here's my contacts. My name is Vasily Petrenko. Again, I was really glad to make this webinar for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and liked it, and it was useful for you. Just share some feedback in the chat right now, or in the emails later. How did you like it? Was it useful for you? And so on. So I tried to put some common information, but it might be something new for some people. It might be something, you might say, simple, too simple to start the business. But when I'm talking about that, it's always if it's so simple, why don't you use it? So a lot of people are saying, I know that, but they're not using it in their business, in their companies. So, but I hope it was useful for you. Just put some thumbs up on the YouTube. I tried to make this webinar good for you. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe on this channel, because there will be more webinars, there will be more entertainment videos, and we'll be happy if you become our partner in the future. By the way, every time for every partner who will be on the personal meeting with me, I could give you a special offer in terms of starting this business. In terms of our initial fee that we have for our company, we can discuss that, negotiate, and I have a special offers for those who will answer on the emails and ask for the special offer for me, only for the participants of the webinar. So you could get some discount and spend less money on the investments, which is good, I think, for the starting point. Okay, so I wonder if you thought it was possible to use a gym on free sun. Good question about the gym to use on the Friday, Sunday. We can talk about that additionally, because remember I mentioned that still there are some requirements for the space, because the headsets are sensitive to some things, and there shouldn't be any mirrored surfaces. And if we're talking about aerobic classes, there are a lot of mirrors around, which will be crazy and bad for the headsets. So in this case, we need to think and talk about that. Maybe we can find, if it's bigger, like gyms, like sports centers, like basketball arena or something. We tried on those. Again, the tracking thing a little bit worse than in the special on the special location, but it might work for outside events. Just contact me and we will talk about that in details, and then we'll make a special offer for you. That I would not do this business in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but I would do it elsewhere. why do you talking about this way? Oh, by the way, remembering what we started from the very first, that the other virtual reality parks are not our competitors or something like that. So if you are becoming our partner, we are giving the exclusive rights for the city. So we are discussing the territory that you will have. It might be a city, it might be a region, it might be a country at some point. Because of course we don't want our partners to compete to each other at the same city. If you're doing marketing, remember I was telling you that if there are two virtual reality parks and they have the same content and they have different owners, they will be competing to each other, and they will be sharing the clients in a bad way. But so that's why we are making exclusive one partner per one city. But if it's a big city like New York, London, or something like that, then of course we require that the partner, with some time, he should open a few locations, because in New York there is a huge market, and you can open I think 2 on Manhattan, 1 in Queens, 1 in Brooklyn, so basically something like that. But it's an individual discussion. I just wanted to show you that we are taking care of our partners, and we don't want them to compete. But if you have this exclusive right on the city, you're allowed to open. If we see the potential that it could be open the second or the third location, why not? In different parts of the city, and in this case, you will be giving the same marketing on this audience, but they will be picking the location which is closer to them, and it won't be a problem for you. So one partner in one city is a good thing. Just a little reminding. Okay, so I got a thumb up, so thank you for that. So thank you kindly. Thank you for coming, and I hope you liked it. And I will try to make a next webinar also as much possible useful and even more. Marketing is always, we can even talk 3 hours about marketing, so maybe there will be few webinars about marketing or something. Thanks for tonight. Thank you for coming again. So I really glad. So I hope that you got some information from here, and from our side, I will be happy if you become our partner. I'm always happy when we have new locations on the map, because you're our representatives, because you will be like our partner, but our operator who will be providing our games to the final customers, to final clients, but also other people could come to your place, see our business, and like, hey, I want to open this in the other city, why not? So, and this is why we're always in a really close contact with our partners. It's like franchise, when we are supporting you not only on the tech side. So we are not only providing you the software and the games. No, we are a lot of the business support, like how to start this business. Of course, what equipment to buy, but design project of the location, the website, booking system, the educational materials, the promo materials, photo, videos, how to run your social medias. So a lot of stuff. So if you look at the market, there are not so many companies who are providing these franchise options. They are only care about the content. So like, hey, here's your games, just pay us the royalty. So we are working in a little bit other way. So we want to grow as a franchise net also, and make our brand stronger. Have a great day, great webinar with lots of information, details explained in a straightforward way. Yeah, that's the key point. I'm always trying to be honest and straightforward with all of our saying that what I'm thinking. So not hiding anything from you. And we are trying to collect the experience from all of our locations and share it with our partners. Just right now, I'm sitting and talking to you, and I just saw in one of the messengers the message from one of my partners is that he was collecting the feedback about the next game. So basically, as I mentioned before, we are talking to our partners and collecting the feedback about what games are more successful and which game to develop the next one. So he collected the feedback, so we'll be talking today and deciding where to go in the future. So it works only this way. So it took us like 1 hour and a half. So thank you again for coming, for spending this time with me and with other guys in the chat and on the webinar. Thank you for your questions, for your feedback. See you on 22nd of September, and we'll be in contact. Maybe with some of you, we'll be in contact sooner on a personal meeting. Hope we can get into something really interesting in the future. And as I mentioned before, we want to make future available for everyone. So my name is Petrenko Vasily. These are my contacts. Bye-bye for today. Thank you for coming.